Namaste. Welcome back in the English class. I am Niraula. Let's begin today's class. You can see on the screen today's menu. What is today's menu? Review writing. Okay, dear students, review writing is an important question for you in SE examination. Actually, review writing is not only for SE students. It is equally important for grade 11 and grade 12 as well. And besides that, other students or other academic people who are interested in writing reviews of the books and the cinemas for the newspapers and the magazines, they can take review writing as an important part. Okay? So let's begin today's class, review writing. Today we'll focus on movie review. First, our main area of discussion is movie review. And you know that it carries 8 marks in your examinations. And we'll talk about all the aspects, overall parts and elements of movie review. And then we'll talk about book review as well. Okay, dear students. So let's begin with movie review. So what are the features of a movie review? What are the elements of a movie review? In simple language, let me tell you, what are the things when you talk about movie review? What are the things when you write a movie review? What things should be included? What you should write? So, what is the meaning of review first? Review means examination. Review means evaluation. Review means judgment. So, when you write a movie review, simply keep in mind you are the judge of that particular movie. Okay? You are the evaluator of that particular movie. You are the commentator of that particular movie. Means you are going to talk about what are the good qualities of the movie and what are the strong points of the movie. What are the poor aspects of the movie? Means which elements of the movie, which aspects of the movie, which parts of the movie are strong or good, beautifully presented, and what are the weaknesses of that particular movie. You are going to be a judge of that particular movie, right? So next time when you visit a cinema to watch a movie, or when you sit down in front of your television screen to watch a movie, or when you watch a movie on your mobile phone or any other gadget, just keep in mind what are the things that you have to talk about, that you have to focus on when you talk about movie review, or when you judge, when you evaluate, when you examine, when you say whether the movie is good or bad. So keep in these things. So what are those things you have to keep in mind? Look at. The first thing you have to focus on, or you have to pay attention to, is the name of the film, name of the movie. That is simple thing, everybody knows that. And the second word, a little bit technical term that is called genre. Genre means what type of movie is this? What type of movie? In Nepali, genre is called bidha, like kavita bidha, katha bidha. So different genres are there in literature. So simple idea of genre is it a drama, or is it a love story film, love story movie, or is it an action movie, or is it a science fiction? For example, when you watch a movie of Jurassic Park, that is a science fiction movie. Okay, fiction based on science, that is science fiction. And is it a comedy film, or is it a biography? For example, when you read Bhanubhakta, when you watch a movie Bhanubhakta in Nepali, that is a biography. So that talks about the life story of a famous person or some famous people. So that is called biography. So what type of movie is it? You have to keep in mind. Okay, drama, love story, action movie, or science fiction, or comedy, or biography. Right? So one of them. And the second thing you have to keep in mind is director of the movie. Understand? Normally, when you go to watch a movie in the cinema, or when you sit in front of the television, we don't pay much attention to the director. Who is the director? That is not our concern. We just focus on the story. We just focus on the things of the story, the events of the story, what do the characters do in the story, we focus on it. No, that is not all. Now you are going to be a judge, going to be an evaluator of the film. So you have to focus on, you have to pay attention to, or you have to keep in mind the name of the director of that particular movie. And the next one is producer. Who has produced? In some cases, there are people as the producer of the movie, and in some cases, you will find different television or movie companies, okay, who produce the films, who produce the cinemas. So, who is the producer of that particular movie? That is what you have to keep in mind. Okay. Next one is script writer. Script writer means the story writer, the dialogue writer. The characters don't speak whatever they like on the screen or in front of the camera. They have got a written script, a written dialogues, written sentences, let's say, that has been written by somebody. They just have to speak out and they just have to act in front of the television screen. So, who has written that the story, who has written the script, the dialogues of the movie, that is equally important. Okay? And the next one is cast. Cast, simple language, is characters. Who are the characters? Who are the lead characters? Who is the hero? Who is the heroine? Who is the villain? Who are the other important characters of the movie that you have to focus on? There may be hundreds of characters. Look at a hero is dancing in the front, and there are 20 boys dancing behind him. Can you remember the names of all the boys dancing behind the hero? That is not possible. So you have to remember the names of the main characters, the names of the main people in the movie. That is what you have to focus on, right? And the next, not very important, but you can remember, is release date. Okay, release date, when the movie was released on the screen. That is what you can mention. And the next one is ratings. Okay, ratings, rate 1 to 5 stars is given there. In Nepali cinema industry, ratings is not much highlighted. This ratings is given according to the quality or according to the popularity of the movie. Okay, according to the popularity, I mean, if the movie is not very popular, probably people rate 1 star. And if the movie is very, very popular, super hit, that is what we call, okay, super duper hit, typical words you have often heard. Okay, so if this is a very successful, very popular movie, then you can give 5 stars to it. So you can mention the stars as well when you write a movie review. So when we recap it, name of the film you have to remember, main thing. Genre means what type of movie is it? Is it a drama or love story? That is what you have to remember. Who is the director? Who is the producer of the movie? Okay, and the script writer, who has written the dialogues of the cinema, that particular film you have to remember. And who are the main characters? Not all, but only main characters. And release date and the ratings. Ratings is how popular the movie is. Okay, and what do you write? How do you start? Look at, write the first paragraph. And what do you write in the first paragraph? Name of the film. We have already discussed about it. Name of the film you have to mention. Okay, then who is the director? This particular ABC film is directed by this particular man, this particular director, you have to mention. And who is the producer of that movie, you have to say. And who are the stars, who are the main characters of that film, you have to mention. Just main characters, I have told you. Okay, 2-3 characters you have to mention. And genre means what type of movie is it? This is a love story film, or this is an action movie, or this is a science fiction film, or whatever is the type of that particular cinema, okay, particular movie. That is what we have to mention. And what is the central idea of the plot? There are 2 words you have to focus on. One is central idea, okay, and the plot. Plot means story. Every story, every cinema has got a story, okay. There is a story. Story in the sense that there are characters, and those characters, those people do something. And the events start from one point and they end at a particular point. From the beginning to the end of the cinema, there is a story. That story is called plot. Okay? You don't have to be much worried about the meaning of plot. You just have to remember the story. Okay? And what is the central idea? Central idea means gist. What is the main point of the movie, or what is the movie about? Simple language. subject matter of the movie. Okay, main thing in maybe one sentence. That is what you have to write in the first paragraph. Remember, you are going to write the name of the film, first paragraph, director, producer, stars, main characters, and the genre, what type of movie this is, and the central idea of the plot, means the subject matter of the movie. Is it, let's say, if this is an action movie, action film, so what is the subject matter of the action? In action film also there is a subject matter. In love story movie also there is a subject matter. So what is the subject matter? What is the central idea of the film? That is what you are going to write in the first paragraph. Okay, and then you move on to the second paragraph. What do you write in the second paragraph? Look at a short plot summary to give the audience an overall idea of the story. So a summary of the story, just one paragraph. Summary of the story. Look at many students like you, when they write a movie review, in the examination especially, they write the whole story from the beginning to the end. They write 2 or 3 pages, which is absolutely unnecessary. You don't have to write all the events of the story. They start from, okay, the hero is born and the parents of the hero are very poor. They live in a village and the hero grows up slowly and gradually. He goes to a school. They start writing the whole things of the story as much as they can. That is absolutely unnecessary. That is actually the waste of time. What you have to write is the main events of the story, the summary of the whole story you have to write in the second paragraph. So that is what you have to say. Write the development of the events briefly, not in detail. Look at, I have seen some students writing the whole story as I told you earlier, and some of them even write the songs as well. Then the hero comes and he meets the heroine and they sing a beautiful song like this, and they write the whole script, the, let's say, language of the song as well. That is absolutely unnecessary. Okay, so you don't have to write these all things, just the summary. In short, what is the story of that particular movie? That is what you have to highlight. I'll give you an example later. Okay, so go to the next one. Then you are going to write the third paragraph. In the third paragraph, that is very, very important part of the review writing. I have already told you, writing a film review, writing a movie review is not all about writing the whole story of the cinema. It's not about writing the whole events of the cinema from the beginning till the end. Because the word meaning of review itself is evaluation, judgment. Now you are going to judge, you are going to evaluate. You are going to say what is good and what is bad in the cinema. So if you think, or if you say this particular movie is very beautiful or this is a very good cinema, on what basis? What is the, let's say, marking area of the cinema? What makes a movie good or what makes a movie bad? That is what we have to think. Okay? So when you evaluate the movie, just do it in the third paragraph of your review writing and just include the major aspects or elements of the film. Major aspects or major elements. What are the elements of the movie? What are the features of the movie which make it good or bad? Okay? Simply you cannot say that this is a good movie or this is a bad movie. On what basis? What is the criteria? What is the judgment criteria, okay, of that particular movie? You have to mention it. And is the movie good or is the movie strong or is the movie weak or poor on that particular basis, on that particular criteria? त्यो क्राइटेरियामा त्यो मुभी कतिको ठिक छ अथवा कुन पक्ष कमजोर अथवा कुन पक्ष स्ट्रङ छ, that is what we have to highlight here. Okay, so go on here. Acting, for example, one element or aspect of the movie you have to judge is acting of the characters. How is the acting? Is the acting superficial? Superficial means not very good. Is the acting lifelike? In Nepali we call it jivanta abhinay. So is the acting lifelike, very touching, very impressive, very realistic type of acting of the characters, or it is just a superficial light type of performance of the characters? That is what you have to say. It makes a movie good or bad. So you have to say, is the acting good or is the acting bad or poor? That is what we have to mention. Only then it becomes a review. Then you have to say directing. Is the director a skillful, talented, expert director or not? Right? That is what we have to highlight. Directing. So cinematography, another aspect of the movie that makes a movie good or bad is cinematography. Cinematography means the capturing of the scenes on the cinema. Okay, how are the scenes captured? For example, when you watch a movie Titanic, very old movie, you might have watched it. When you watch this movie, look at the cinematography. Look at that beautiful, amazing scenes of the sea and that ship, and the ship going to crash with the glacier, and the ship going down into the sea, and the people falling down from the ship into the sea, and people being rescued. These all things are the part of the cinematography. In simple language, you can call it camera work. How is the camera work of that particular movie? If this is good. Some people go to watch a movie just because of the beautiful scenes. Okay, beautiful scenes of the Mustang or beautiful scenes of that particular place, they say. So that might make a movie good or bad for some people. So cinematography is an important part you have to highlight. And very important part is story. Some movies are good because they have got a good story. People love to watch a movie, watch a cinema because of their stories as well, touching stories. You might have seen some people coming out of the cinemas after watching the cinema with their eyes filled with tears, crying, sobbing. Some of them are. They are sobbing inside the hall, inside the cinema hall while watching the story because that story touches them. So how is the story of the movie? Is it a very light story? Light story that doesn't impress you, that doesn't touch your heart, that doesn't make you feel cry. Okay? So the story is very important aspect of the movie, and is the story good, impressive, interesting, strong or not? That is what we have to say. And another important part is music. Music is an essential part, very important part of every movie. Look at, there are songs, there are the words of the songs and the music that touches people and that pulls a lot of people to the cinema, that attracts a lot of people to the cinema, and that makes the cinema strong or weak, or good or bad. So you have to say, is the movie very strong from the point of view of music, or this is average, or this is weak? You have to say it directly. Only then you become a judge, otherwise not. And the next one is action. Some of the movies are action movies, look at. Okay? And how is the action of that particular movie? Some people love to watch action movies, right? So that action movie, the action is the main part or main attraction of that particular film. So how is the action used in that particular film, you have to say. So these are some of the chief elements or aspects of the movie you have to highlight. So let's recap it once again. Acting, how is the performance of the people? Okay, and the directing, how is the director very successful or not? And how is the cinematography, how is the camera work, how beautifully the scenes are captured. Sometimes look at, the place is very beautiful, but the camera work is not very good. They are not beautifully captured. Then that becomes the poor cinematography, and it ultimately makes the cinema a failure, right? So cinematography, camera work, filming of the scenes is very important in a cinema. And the next one is story. Very important aspect of the movie is story. How is the story? And then music and action. So these are the major areas where you have to judge a film. Or these areas make the film strong or weak, good or bad, right? Then in the same paragraph, you are going to highlight the strong and weak aspects of the movie. What are the aspects? These are the aspects: acting, directing, cinematography, story, music, action. These things you have to highlight. Okay, how is it? And use the words like excellent, fabulous, fantastic, strong, okay. These are some of the words you can use. For example, the acting of that particular character is excellent. Okay, the performance of that particular character is fabulous. Fabulous is very good. Okay, and the cinematography is fantastic. the story is very strong, or the music is okay. Okay means just good, okay, average type, not very good. So you have to use these adjectives to describe these aspects of the movie. Excellent, fabulous, fantastic, strong, okay, good, very good, average, not very good, poor, weak. These are the words you have to use when you highlight the aspects of the cinema, when you talk about the quality of the cinema, right? And this is going to be the final paragraph of your review writing. So what do you write in the final paragraph? Write your overall opinion or view of the film, because you are a judge, and judge has got an opportunity, has got a right to express the opinion, personal opinion. Personally, did you enjoy the film or not? Personally, did the film touch you or not? Did you like the movie or not? That is what you have to say, your personal opinion. Okay? Say clearly whether you liked the film or not. You have to say it clearly, so that the readers of your review can make their own judgment whether to go to see the movie or not, okay, or whether this is a good movie or not. They have to make their own decision, own opinion, and you are going to help them to make their opinion by clearly saying whether you liked it or not, and if you liked it, on what basis did you like it. So do you recommend? The last part of your review is going to be the recommendation. Recommendation in Nepali is simply called sifarish. Means, do you recommend, do you advise, do you suggest, do you encourage the readers of your review to go and watch that particular movie or not? That is called recommendation. Finally, you have to say, and do you recommend your readers to watch the film or not? You have to say it. And whom means which audience probably like the film most. Like, this is a must-watch film for the youngsters who love to watch love story movies. That is your recommendation. Means the young people who love to watch love story movies must go and watch that particular film. That is the meaning. Okay. So you have to say it, whether your readers should go to watch the film or not, and which class of the audience should go and watch. The people who love action movies may not like love story cinemas, right? So whom do you recommend? Whom do you suggest to go and watch the film? That is very important, and you are going to close your review writing with this recommendation, your suggestion, your advice to your readers, because your readers are going to read your review and they are going to decide whether to watch the movie or not. Now, boys and girls, let me give you one example of a movie review. Okay, we have talked about the theoretical part of the movie review, how to write movie review, what to write in the movie review, how to start, what to write in the 4 different paragraphs we have talked about. Now we are going to actually practice writing a movie review. An example, look at on the top there is Selfie King. Can you guess what the Selfie King is? Selfie King is the title of the movie, name of the movie. So when you write a movie review in your examination, what are you going to write on the top? At the title, at the topic, the name of the movie here. And there is a review by Saroj Ale. Who is Saroj Ale? Saroj Ale is the reviewer of that film. Okay, Selfie King. He is not the producer, he is not the writer, he is not the director, he is just the review. He is going to judge this movie, Selfie King, whether this is a good movie or not. So review by Saroj Ale. And what are you going to write in your examination? Some students get confused. You can write your own name, or Saroj Ale is not my name. Okay, and there may not be any Saroj Ale in the world, or there might be 10 Saroj Ales in the world. So you can write any name you like. No, don't take it so seriously. Okay, so review by Saroj Ale you can write. And the things that you have to mention first is movie, Selfie King, genre, drama, tragedy. So Selfie King is a drama and it is a tragedy drama. So what is the meaning of tragedy? Tragedy ends in a sorrowful situation. Probably there is a sorrowful note at the ending of the movie. It is not a movie that ends in that has a happy ending. It has a sad, sorrowful ending. So this is called tragedy. And with the director, Vishal Sapkota, and with the writer, script writer, dialogue writer, the dialogue written by Saroj Sapkota, and who is the producer? White Horse Production. Look at, I told you the producer of the movie might be a person, okay, and the producer of the movie might be a cinema company also, film company. Like White Horse Production is the producer of the movie, means they have invested money to make this film. Sorry. And starring, starring means stars. Who are the main characters of the movie? Bipin Karki, Lakshmi Bardeva, Abhay Baral, etc. It means you just have to mention 3 or 4 main characters. Sometimes only 2 is enough. Okay, first 2, male, female, or heroine, villain. Main 2 characters enough. So Bipin Karki, Lakshmi Bardeva, Abhay Baral, etc. These are the chief characters of the movie, and the release date February 2, 2020. So this is what you are going to write at the beginning of the film review. What? Once again, the title, name of the film, review by any name you can write there, and movie, name of the movie here, genre, what type of movie, again drama or love story or action or science fiction or biography or whatever, what type of movie is it, you have to write it here. And then director, sorry, director is the director's name, writer, script writer's name, and producer, name of the producer, sometimes an individual or sometimes a company is there. Okay, and starring means the main characters like given here, Bipin Karki, Lakshmi Bardeva, Abhay Baral, and release date you can mention. So this is what you are going to start your review writing. At the beginning you have to write these things. And now when we talked about the theoretical part, means how to write a movie review, what to write in the first paragraph, what did we say? You have to write the name of the director, name of the movie, name of the producer, and the main characters, and what is the movie about. So these 5 things should be there in the first paragraph. Remember, name of the film, Selfie King. Let's see whether it is given here or not. Name of the film, Selfie King. Name of the producer, director, Vishal Sapkota. And what type of movie is it? Tragic drama, that is called genre. This is a drama and it is a tragedy, a tragic drama. And who is the producer? White Horse Production. And who are the main characters? Bipin Karki, Lakshmi Bardeva in the lead roles. These are the main 2 characters, and it is a tragic drama. And what is the let's say plot about? Means what is the main idea, subject matter of the film? That is what we have to mention. Very important. So what is the movie about? About the pain of stardom. Is stardom a new word for you? So anyway, don't worry. Stardom means, the word meaning of stardom is the condition, the situation of being very popular. Okay, very popular people, they are called stars, and their life or their situation, their condition is called stardom. So what is the movie about? Pain of stardom. Look at, we don't have to write the whole story. This story is about the pain of stardom, the sufferings of the negative aspects of stardom, being very popular. Being very popular has got some pain, some negative aspects. It is not good all the time. People might see the life of the heroes on the television screen, on the cinema screen, and they think that they are always happy. No, it is not like that. Okay? So what is there inside the story? What is there behind the curtain? In Nepali it is called parda pachadi. Not? We see it on the screen, and how is their life behind the curtain, in their real life, in their private life, their domestic life. That is what we are going to focus. So that is what we have to say in this section of the let's say movie review writing. So name of the movie, director, producer, the main gist, main subject matter of the movie, and the main characters. So these are the 5 things you have to mention in the first paragraph. So boys and girls, let's move on to the second paragraph. In second paragraph, what do we write? We write the summary of the film. We are not going to write the whole script, whole story of the 2.5 hour long movie. Okay, 2.5 hour long movie, if you go on writing, that becomes 10 pages or maybe more than that. That is not possible. And some students, I repeatedly advise you not to write the whole story, not to waste your invaluable time, examination time, writing the unnecessary details of the story. Just highlight the main things. Look at When you read this paragraph, you will understand what is the story of the film. Okay, let's see. Our hero, Bipin Karki. So Bipin Karki is the hero. We are telling the story. Okay, the summary of the story. Bipin Karki is a comedian. The main character is Bipin Karki. He is the hero of the film and he is a comedian. What is his role in the cinema? He is a comedian, or you can say he is a businessman, or he is a superstar, or he is a, let's say, a professor. Whatever role is given to the main character, you have to say like this. Bipin Karki, he is the hero. He is a comedian who hosts a popular television show. So what is the role of Bipin Karki, the main character in the cinema? His role is to host or run a popular television show. There is a television show that is very popular, and the host, the, let's say, presenter of that particular television show is our hero Bipin Karki. So we are telling the story. He is known across the country as the Selfie King. So he has earned a very beautiful nickname. He has earned so much popularity because of the program, because of the television show he is running, that people call him the Selfie King. Okay, Selfie King. So he is trapped between his colorful real life and much painful real life. So look at the story. The story is almost in 1 or 2 sentences here. So what is the story about? He is trapped. Who is trapped? Our hero Bipin Karki. He is trapped. Okay, he is trapped between his colorful real life. The real life is very colorful because he is a very popular man on the television. So he is a hero. The audience find his life very beautiful, very enjoyable, very colorful, very interesting, very successful. And this is one part of his life, real life, and much painful real life. But his life behind the screen, his life away from the camera, that is the real life. His personal life, maybe his domestic life, okay, his individual family life. So that real life is very painful. So you can imagine, there is a hero. The hero has got a big name. He has earned a lot of popularity. He is very famous because he runs a very popular television show, and he has earned a name like the Selfie King. And that is a very colorful real life, means life on the television. Okay, real life means. But his real life is very painful. So the story develops in such a way which picturizes, which shows the beautiful color life on the one hand and painful real life, painful individual, personal, domestic life on the other hand. So the hero is trapped between. There is a tension in the life of the main character. There is a tension in the life of this hero of the cinema. So the story talks about it. Okay. At the gap between his increasing popularity, what does the cinema show on the screen? The cinema shows how Bipin Karki, the hero of the film, becomes more and more popular. Okay. So his television program becomes more and more popular, and he has got increasing number of fans day by day. So his popularity is increasing on the one hand and worsening. Look at this word, worsening. Is worsening a new word for you? Worse is the comparative form of bad, and from worse we make the verb worsen and we add ing to make it continuous. Worsening. Worsening means becoming worse and worse day by day. Janjan kharab hundai gairaheko. Worsening means, okay. Worsening private life gets wider and wider. It's a long sentence. What gets wider and wider? The gap between his increasing popularity, usko बढ्दो popularity पनि छ एकातिर, and on the other hand there is worsening private life. Usko private life that is getting bad, that is getting worse every day, and this gap between the real life and the real life is increasing day by day. So the story talks about this one, and his struggle. The story shows the struggle, how Bipin Karki, the hero of Selfie King, struggles to manage his life. Okay, so struggle shows that a celebrity's smile on the screen is fake. That is the story. This is the gist of the story, you can say. So what is the main part of the story? The struggle of the hero, who is the main character. He is a television program host. He is running a very popular show on the television, and he has earned a name as Selfie King, and but his real life is not so colorful. He is not very successful person in his private, individual, domestic, real life. Although he is picturized, he is shown as a very successful television, let's say, presenter. In his individual life, in his private life, he is very unsuccessful, very painful life he is going through. So the story talks about these two aspects, two sides of the life of this character, and the gap between this popularity on the television and the private life, individual life is getting wider and wider. त्यसको भिन्नता अझ बढ्दै जान्छ, नाम बढ्दै जान्छ, private life झन् painful हुँदै जान्छ. So that is the subject matter of the movie. Okay, so his struggle shows that the celebrities, who is called a celebrity? Celebrity means the popular stars, okay, on the cinemas, in the music industry, they are called celebrities. Celebrities' smile on the screen is fake. What is the word meaning of fake? Fake means unreal, false. So we see the hero and the heroine doing a romance scene on the cinema, very successful in their love story movies. They are smiling all the time, they are happy all the time, but are they happy in their real life, in their private life, in the domestic life? No. In some cases, as this story shows, their smile on the television screen is not real. They are not smiling in their private life because there is much pain, there is much sorrow, there is much trouble in their individual, private, domestic life. So this is the story of the movie, or the summary of the movie that we write in the second paragraph. Now we move on to the third paragraph, but this is the most important part of your movie review. So what do you write in the third paragraph? What are the strongest parts of the movie and what are the weakest parts of the movie? Is the movie good or bad? If this is good, what are the good points of the movie? If this is bad or if this is a weak movie, why this is weak? Which aspect? त्यसको कुन चाहिँ पक्ष is very good or is very bad, which makes it a successful or unsuccessful movie. That is what we are going to write in this paragraph. Means you are going to be a judge of the movie in this paragraph. So let's see. So the strongest aspect of Selfie King is its emotionally and psychologically charged story. So what is the strongest part of the movie? Its strongest part of the movie is its story. Story is very strong. Why is it very strong? This is emotionally, look at. It touches your emotions. Emotionally, okay? It talks about human emotions. Emotionally and psychologically. Not only emotions, it talks about the psychology as well. Psychology, मनोविज्ञान of the main character or of the characters, that is also picturized. मान्छेको मनमा के चलिरहेको हुन्छ कुन कन्डिसनमा, that is what the movie tries to show. So the story of the movie Selfie King talks about the emotional and psychological aspects of an individual. कुनै एउटा व्यक्तिको इमोसनल पक्ष र साइकोलोजिकल पक्ष कस्तो हुन्छ, that is what the movie tries to show. So the story tries to show. So this is a very strong part of the movie, or the strongest part of the movie is its story. You are going to be a judge. You are telling your readers, is it a good or bad movie? Okay. So Bipin Karki and Lakshmi Bardeva have once again proved their excellence as polished actors. What is polished? You polish your shoes, not? In the same way, the characters polish their acting, their performance. People polish their, let's say, job. People make their job better and better. They make it more beautiful by their hard work, by their experience and these all things. So how is the performance of the characters? Okay, look at Bipin Karki and Lakshmi Bardeva, because they are the main characters, because we have to evaluate their acting also. Okay, so how is the acting here? Excellent, because they have proved their excellence as polished characters. They are very polished characters. Okay, सुधारिएको, एकदम experienced. That is the meaning of polished characters. So they are very polished characters and they have proved it. Means its acting part is very strong. So acting very good, story the strongest part. And although cinematography is of average grade. So how is the cinematography? Another important aspect is cinematography. How is the scenes are captured in the cinema, that is cinematography. And how is it? Although cinematography is of average grade, neither very good nor very bad. This is just average, okay, average type. So this is also the judgment. Okay, a lot could be done on action and music. A lot could be done. धेरै गर्न सकिन्थ्यो. That means action and music part is weak. So we have evaluated 5 aspects of the movie here. Look at the first one, the story. How is the story? Emotionally and psychologically charged, filled, very strong movie. This is that touches the emotions of the audience and talks about the psychology of the characters. So very strong story and excellent acting, because they are very excellent actors, polished actors they are, means acting is very fine, excellent. Cinematography is of average grade, cinematography is not very good, and a lot could be done on action and music. And action and music, these 2 important parts are not very good. So when your readers read this particular, let's say, review, they are going to decide, should I go to watch this movie or not? Okay, so go on to the next one. It is going to be the last paragraph that you are going to write. So Selfie King's strength is its story, not the making. Making is not very good. Story, that is your opinion. Okay, the debutant means appearing for the first time. Okay, debutant director needs to improve his presentation skills. Directing is not very good. That is your personal view of the movie. All in all is a phrase. Okay, it means in conclusion or samagrama, that you call in Nepali. All in all, Selfie King is an average movie with a new experimental story. So if you want to see a new experimental story, then you can go and watch. So this is an average movie, thik thikaiko, not very good, neither so bad. Okay, so it is worth watching. Worth watching means what? Herna like, that you can watch it to feel the pain in personal. There should be life. Okay, in personal life of our public stars. There are public stars, there are heroes and heroines, and how is their private life, how is their personal life. If you want to watch, if you want to feel the pain, if you want to understand the life behind the curtain, their private life, then you can watch this movie. So this is a worth watching movie. So this is our conclusion or opinion. So boys and girls, this way we write a movie review. Now in this second part, I am going to tell you briefly how to write a book review. When you write a book review, look at the pattern of the book review writing. Highlight or corner box including. What is highlight or corner box? Look at here. Highlight or corner box is this one. This is called highlight or corner box. So when you write a film review, you write it first, okay, and you put it inside a box at the beginning of your writing. And when you write a book review also, you start you start with in the same style, in the same way. You write the name of the book on the top and the review by you write, and there are some elements of the book that you are going to mention. So you start with this corner box, right? And then what do you write in the corner box? The title of the book you have to write, and the name of the author, writer, and the publisher of that particular book. Genre again the same meaning. Is it a poetry or drama or novel or story? What type of book is it? You have to say, and in which language is it written, and how many pages does it have, and the publication year and the price of the book. These are the things you are going to highlight in the highlight box when you write a review of a book. Okay. Now look at what do you write in the introduction. So you can divide your book review in 3 paragraphs. I am talking about the book review writing only for the examination purpose. Okay, that carries 8 marks in your examination. You are going to write 3 paragraphs. The first paragraph is called introduction. What do you write in the introduction? Name of the book, you have already written in the highlight box. You are going to write it again. The writer, the genre, what type of book is it? A very brief overview of the book. Very brief overview means what? Overview means what is the book about? The book ke ko bare ma lekhieko. That is what we have to highlight in the first paragraph. Name of the book, the writer of the book, genre of the book. Is it a poetry, a drama, a novel? What type of book is it? You have to say. And a very brief overview means very brief summary, maybe 1 sentence summary of the book. So in the second paragraph, you write the body of the review. In the body of the review means this is the main part, and what do you write? A bigger paragraph you are going to write. And what do you write here? Write the summary of the book, the developments of the events from the beginning to the end. Meaning of the summary is same. The summary means what is the, let's say, plot, how do the, let's say, events develop in the story from the beginning, from which point it starts and where does it end. From the beginning to the end, you have to highlight and focus on the main W's. What is main W's? Main WH question words. When you write the summary, you focus on who. Who are the people, who are the characters in the book, and what do they do, what is their role, and where, mention the place, and why do they do that, and when and how, to give the details in brief. So when you talk about the events of the story, writing the summary of the story, you focus on these W questions. Okay, W is who, what, where, why, when, how. That becomes the summary of your book. And in the next paragraph, you are going to evaluate, because it is not the summary of the book only. It is the review. You are going to be a judge. So what are the strong parts of the book? So strengths and weaknesses of the subject matter. Subject matter is there, and is it a very strong subject matter or a very weak subject matter? Very popular or not very popular, you have to mention. And there is an issue. There is a subject matter or the issue, meaning is same, don't worry, raised by the book. Is it strong or weak? You have to say. The language you have to judge used in the book. How is the language? Is the language audible, means do the common readers understand the language or not? Is it for only high class, highly educated people or common people? So what type of language is used? That is what we have to comment. Is it easy to understand, or does the language suit the characters? Sometimes the language doesn't suit the characters. So look at a farmer speaking the language of a businessman or a highly educated person may not suit. So does the language used by the writer suit that particular character, role of the character or not? That is what we have to highlight and comment on. This is on, okay, on the coherence of ideas and events. Coherence means, do the events develop very smoothly or not? Smoothly like the water flows. Salla bageko cha ki chaina events from the beginning to the end. That is what you have to say. If the events just fluctuate, go up and down, that makes the story difficult to understand. That makes the book difficult to understand for the readers. So talk about the coherence of the ideas and talk about the sweetness or strength of the language. Is the language very sweet or not to read? Enjoyable language used or not? So talk about the length. If this is too long, talk about the paper or print quality of the book and the cover. Sometimes cover is also very important. So talk about these aspects of the book and write the conclusion. Okay, conclusion of the book. Write your personal opinions or reactions. Just like in the movie review, what is your personal opinion about that particular book? What is your reaction of the book? You have to mention it here. Do you recommend, means do you like this book or not? Do you like the story? Do you like the, let's say, characters? Do you like the language or not? This is what you have to say. And do you recommend, at the end of your review, you have to say, do you recommend the book to read to your readers? Your readers are reading your review. You are a review writer. You are judging a book. And do you suggest, do you advise your readers to read that book or not? You have to say it clearly. And if you are going to recommend them, whom, means who should read this book? Means for whom this book is very suitable. All the books may not be suitable for all the readers of your review. Okay, so who is the book most suitable for? That is what we have to say. And why is it so suitable? Why is it a readable book? Okay, important book. Look at one example. Very popular story, very popular book, we know, Madan, review by Shreya Dhimal. The highlight box is somehow same like in the review writing of the movie. Okay, review by Shreya Dhimal. Again, book, Madan, genre, poetry, author, Lakshmi Prasad Devkota, publisher, Saja Prakashan, language, Nepali, page 41 it has got, publication year 1935 AD, and price 135 Nepali rupees. So these are the things you have to write in a small box at the beginning of your answer of book review writing. So in the first paragraph, you are going to highlight some of the key points of the book, like Madan is the topmost bestseller of Nepali literature. In Nepali literature, Muna Madan is the most sold book. Bestseller means sold maximum copies. Okay, so it is a short narrative. Narrative means story. So Muna Madan is a short story written by Lakshmi Prasad Depkota, the Mahakavi. Lakshmi Prasad Depkota is also known as the Mahakavi of Nepali literature. So it is composed. Composed means written in typical Nepali Jhaure tune. Okay, typical Jhaure tune is typical Nepali tune, and the book is written in this particular tune. So Muna Madan presents a tragic love story. So what is the book about? Tragic love story of Muna and Madan, the title characters. Title characters means main characters who are used in the title of the book also. Muna and Madan, they are the title characters, and the story is about the tragic love story, not very successful or unsuccessful love story of these two characters, Muna and Madan. So this is what you are going to write in the first paragraph, your introduction paragraph. What are you going to write in the second paragraph? Summary of the book, summary of the story from the beginning to the end. Look at the language is quite clear. So Madan leaves his wife Muna and old and sick mother and goes to Lhasa in search of better livelihood for his family. So we are talking about the story, summary of the story from the beginning to the end, but in short. Okay, so they depart. They depart means what? Madan, Muna and Madan's wife, they depart. Depart means they just separate. They depart with heavy hearts. Heavy hearts means what? You can just translate it into Nepali individually. Heavy means garung, hearts means man. Garung man garera, ekdam bhari man garera, they are not willing, they are not happy to be departed. Sutina man chaina. And tearful eyes. The rest of the narrative, बाँकी रहेको स्टोरीमा के छ त त्यसो भए? Picturizes, यसले के पिक्चराइज गर्छ, के देखाउँछ, के बुझाउँछ? Madan's struggle in the foreign land, विदेशमा गएर उसले struggle गर्छ, and Muna's sorrowful life in poverty and deprivation. Deprivation means what? The situation of scarcity, something like that. Garibi, poverty and deprivation, अभाव, and she struggles here in the at home, okay, or sorrowful life. So the story talks about this one. And Madan falls sick while returning home. फर्केर आउँदा उ बिरामी हुन्छ, and he is left behind by his fellow travelers. There are other travelers who are traveling with him. उसँग आउने अरू साथीहरू पनि हुन्छन्, and he is left behind. उ छुट्छ, उलाई उ चाहिँ छोडिन्छ, and in a critical condition means he is in a very bad condition because he is sick, and critical condition, seriously sick, and a local man rescues Madan, rescues, उलाई उद्धार गर्छ, takes care of him. And when Muna receives a false message about Madan's death, Muna dies in shock and grief. Pida र दुःखमा she dies because she is shocked when she comes to know that Madan has died. But that message was a false message. Okay, so the Madan is heartbroken. Heartbroken means what? Very, very sad, extremely unhappy. Okay, heartbroken when he arrives home to discover, घर आइपुग्छ and discover, उसलाई के थाहा हुन्छ, that both his beloved wife and his old mother have already died. So this is the ending of the story. घर आइपुग्छ हिरो, तर उसको वाइफ र आमा चाहिँ मरिसकेका हुन्छन्. So this is the tragedy. So tragic love story of Muna and Madan. This is the gist, summary of the story. Okay. Now go on to the conclusion, the third paragraph. Muna Madan is the most commercially successful Nepali book published till date. Till date, आजको डेटसम्म most commercially successful book, and its popularity has always been increasing. It is getting more and more popular even today. Because of what? Due to its heart-touching, tragic story. So that is your opinion. Your personal view about the movie is the tragic story is very heart-touching, मन छुने खालको, and it is getting more popular because of this story of love and sacrifice, along with त्यो सँगसँगै के छ? Burning issues of poverty, unemployment, and issues of caste discrimination. So these things are also highlighted in the book. So because of these things, like not only love story, there is poverty, there is unemployment, गरिब छ, बेरोजगार छ, त्यही भएर विदेश जान्छ, and caste discrimination is also there. So Jhaure folk tune is its another beauty. यसको अर्को सुन्दर पक्ष भनेको Jhaure folk tune पनि हो. You are highlighting it, and one wants to finish it in one sitting. एकपल्ट बसेपछि छोड्नै मन लाग्दैन, it means, okay, one wants to finish it in one sitting due to its smooth narrative. The language goes very smoothly, flowing very smoothly, smooth narrative and flowing musical language. Musical because it is written in Jhaure tune, right? And the conclusion, recommendation. Do you recommend your book or not? So Muna Madan is unquestionably means what? There is no question. Kasaile question gardaina. Unquestionably, the first recommendation to all who love reading stories of love and sacrifice. So if you love reading books, reading stories of love and sacrifice, you should not miss it. So this is the recommendation. Okay, dear students, we come to the end of today's class. Thank you very much for joining in. Please comment us and let us know what we can do better in the future. Thank you.